Hey, folks, Real Talk with Mochio. Okay, it's time to kick off our Fan Fridays. Here's a question that came in from one of our listeners. Liberty Bell, Belle, asks, what exactly is the War Powers Resolution? And that's a good question, and one that gets thrown around a lot in political debates, and one that is often misunderstood by us common folk. So, allow me to break it down in plain English. The War Powers Resolution was passed by Congress in 1973 during the aftermath of the Vietnam War. Congress believed presidents had been committing U.S. forces overseas without enough oversight, so they tried to reassert their constitutional authority over war. And now it's important to remember that the Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war, but it also makes the president the commander in chief of the armed forces. The War Powers Resolution tries to balance those two powers. Now, here's how it works. First, the president can deploy U.S. military forces without prior congressional approval in certain circumstances, like responding to attacks or protecting U.S. interests. But once troops are deployed into hostilities, the president must notify Congress within 48 hours, which the Trump administration did by notifying the Gang of Eight. Now, what are the Gang of Eight, you ask? Well, the Gang of Eight are 8 members selected to receive the most sensitive and confidential intelligence information, and the Gang of Eight consists of the following: Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the Chair of the House Intelligence Committee Mike Turner, the Ranking Member of the House Intelligence Committee Jim Himes, the Chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee Mark Warner, the Ranking Member of the Intelligence Committee Tom Cotton, who replaced Marco Rubio when Marco Rubio became Secretary of State. Now, Congress has 60 days to authorize the action. If they don't, the president is supposed to withdraw the forces within another 30 days for a total of 90 days. Now, here's the interesting part. Presidents from both sides of the aisle have questioned whether the War Powers Resolution is constitutional, arguing that it limits the commander in chief's powers granted under Article 2 of the Constitution. So, what happens in practice? Presidents usually notify Congress, but they rarely ask permission beforehand, which would require a vote, unnecessary delays, and increase the chances of an information leak. Think about it. Korea, Vietnam, Libya, numerous counterterrorism operations, military actions have taken place for decades without formal declarations of war. So, when politicians suddenly start shouting about the War Powers Resolution and the president should have went to Congress and had them vote, remember this. This debate is not new. It's been going on for more than 50 years. And like a lot of things in Washington, interpretation depends on who happens to be sitting in the Oval Office. And folks, that's your reality check for Fan Friday. And now you are more informed, and now you know. And remember, if you've got a question or a suggestion for a segment, drop it in the comment section. I'm Gordon A. Mochio, the G-Man they call me, and this has been Fan Friday from Real Talk with Mochio. Take care, and as always, may the blessings of heaven rest upon you and yours, and God bless the United States of America.